Can I make Ctrl+Alt NOT act like AltGr on Windows? Many applications like Google Docs use Ctrl+Alt shortcuts like Ctrl+Alt+2 for heading 2, Ctrl+Alt+M for comments, etc. However, in case of international keyboards layouts, Ctrl+Alt is mapped to AltGr, so many of these shortcuts produce special characters instead. For example, Ctrl+Alt+2 equals @ Therefore, these shortcuts cannot be used. Is there a way to disable this Ctrl+Alt equals AltGr, such that AltGr+2 equals @ but Ctrl+Alt+2 can be used as a shortcut? There has been some earlier post with answers related to this problem. Why don't the Google Docs Ctrl+Alt shortcuts work? Ctrl+Alt registering as AltGr for us international alternate, any way to disable. Both solutions are however related to unassign the special character completely. These solutions do not disable the Ctrl+Alt equals AltGr binding. This means that in order to use Ctrl+Alt+2 as a shortcut, I am not able to write that at all, which is naturally not an option.
I have researched further and looked at the other answers. It seems like the short answer is no. Windows treats Ctrl+Alt and AltGr identically. But there is a hack. Essentially, we do not let Windows handle AltGr key bindings and instead use a third-party tool that knows the difference. We do this manually for every single key. This hack does not work with dead keys such as OR. Part 1. Let AutoHotkey convert AltGr plus some key to symbols. AutoHotkey can distinguish between AltGr and Ctrl+Alt. It can also transform keystrokes like AltGr+2 to a single symbol before Windows applies its keyboard layout. Download and install AutoHotkey. Create a new script, i.e., a plain text file with the extension .awk. For each character you want to write with AltGr plus button equals char, create a line like this. And LT semicolon caret and GT semicolon exclamation mark button column send input, raw char example, AltGr+2 equals it becomes, and LT semicolon caret and GT semicolon exclamation mark 2 column send input, raw @ Save the script. If you want to test your script, you can create some arbitrary mapping like, and LT semicolon caret and GT semicolon exclamation mark T column send input, raw TTTT. Double-click the script to apply it and test if AltGr plus T produces 4 T's when you type. Part 2. Get Windows out of the way. We want to remove all assignments of AltGr plus any key on the keyboard, so Windows never convert them into characters. First we need to create a new keyboard layout. Download the Microsoft Keyboard Layout Creator. It is a simple tool that lets you modify your keyboard layout. Download link. Open to Tool and File and GT, load existing keyboard, and choose your keyboard layout. Select File and GT, save source as, and give it a new name. Tick the Alt plus Ctrl, AltGr. You might want to select File and GT, save as image, to make a note of the original assignments. Remove all assigned keys by clicking them, deleting the symbol, and click OK. Do not clear any dead keys. The gray ones. Check for all modifiers, i.e. AltGr, Ctrl, Alt, or none. Go to Project and GT, Property, and give it a decent name and description. Save it, File and GT, save source file, so you can edit it later. Export setup, project and GT, build DLL and setup package. Then we need to apply this new keyboard layout. Find the exported setup files in your Documents folder, and double-click setup.exe. This will install your new keyboard layout. Open the input setting by going to Control Panel and GT, change keyboards and other input methods and GT, change keyboards. Click Add Select Your Own Keyboard and make it default. Come back here and remove the standard keyboard, once you're confident everything works well. Part 3, let AutoHotkey take over. Now let's put everything into action. Make sure your new keyboard is selected in the language taskbar, and AutoHotkey is not running minimized in the notification tray. Try to type your special characters. This should not work. Double-click on your AutoHotkey script, so it launches. Try to type special characters again. This should now work with AltGr only. To make sure the script is loaded when Windows starts, create a shortcut to it in the Start menu /Programs/Startup folder. That's it. So, you can share the keyboard layout setup files and the .awk script with other computers to skip most of the steps. Other resources. This URL. This URL. This URL. This URL.
Depending on your current Windows keyboard layout, your AltGr key will translate either to right Alt plus left Control, for example on International AS, Russian or Polish Pro layouts, or just to right Alt, for example on English AS layout. And as far as I know, there is no way on Windows to have AltGr on the international layouts to be distinguished from right Alt plus left Control simultaneous combination. But, depending on your needs, you can work around this with the help of AutoHotkey. If you use the international layout just to be able to enter a couple of characters like diacritics, then you can switch to the corresponding non-international layout, which does not treat AltGr as right Alt plus left Control, like English AS layout, and just add the AutoHotkey script for the special characters you need. For example, will enter squared when you press right Alt plus 2 on English AS layout. The Ctrl plus Alt plus 2 combination will not be affected and will be free for other usage. If you still need to use your international layout, then you'll need to change the AutoHotkey script above to, which will enter squared when you press AltGr plus 2 or left Ctrl plus right Alt plus 2. And leave all other Alt plus Ctrl plus 2 combinations free for use. Depending on the application, the script above may not work though. For example, on Google Docs under Chrome, it will always enter squared for any combinations of Alt plus Ctrl plus 2. To work around this, we may use the fact that AltGr maps to left Ctrl plus right Alt pressed simultaneously. For example, even without AutoHotkey we can enter comment mode on Google Docs with International AS keyboard, if we press down Ctrl then press down M then press down left Alt and then release the keys. But it's not practical to think in what order to press and release the keys. Instead, we may use AutoHotkey for that and change the second line of the script above. Sometimes the problem is the opposite. You want to enter some diacritic with AltGr plus 30 combination, but that triggers some action bound to Alt plus Ctrl plus 30 combination. For example, on Polish Programmer's layout, if you press AltGr plus S to enter S diacritic, the Windows snipping tool pops up instead on Windows 11. And if you have Evernote installed, then pressing AltGr plus N to enter N diacritic opens Evernote window to create a new note. This is easily fixable with Auto Hotkey. For example, the problems above need only 2 corresponding lines. After that, AltGr plus N and AltGr plus S will correctly enter the corresponding diacritics, while other Ctrl plus Alt plus N or Ctrl plus Alt plus S combinations will trigger the appropriate action, like opening the snipping tool or new note window. Note that you need to add only those problematic combinations, no need to enter all the existing diacritics. As a bonus, here is an interesting history behind the Poland Programmer's layout.
I found out that the numeric keyboard can be used instead of regular number keys to activate Google Docs shortcuts. Using AltGr, this works also on laptops without numeric keys. For example, we'll activate header 2 without printing at. No need to use scale C.
I would recommend you to have a look at Auto Hotkey. It's a free tool and you can also change shortcut effects very easy. Have a look at the hotkey documentation at their website. It is really easy to understand and really easy to use. You can remap every key/shortcut.
If you want to support this channel, please consider subscribing.